Welcome to the Lauren Blackwell channel. As much as we thought we were all done with the Meg and Tory situation, apparently we're not quite done yet. And now that Tory's legal team are trying to go back to court and try to reopen his case, it doesn't look like this will be over anytime soon. Before I go any further, I just want to say that at the end of this video are a bunch of clips from the night of the event in a sequence that sort of makes sense because everything's kind of jumbled up and confusing. So we've all seen the video that's circulating, the Bodycam video of Meg when she was talking to one of the police officers, and she asked if she was going to jail, and they said she might not have to. And I have the clip here, so I'm going to play it. It showed her saying that she was not shot and that her injuries were caused by broken glass. This is the clip.
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Hey, can we get a sheet for that's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you didn't?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
So a lot of people saw this clip and were like, oh, see, she wasn't shot at all. It was glass that struck her foot, or she stepped on glass, and she was lying about the whole thing. And I'm a little confused because I thought we already knew that she did not at first say that it was Tory, or she did not say who exactly shot her or if she was even shot at all. She did not say that. She said that she was trying to protect her friends, and she kept quiet for a little while right after it happened, even until they went to the hospital. And, it was later on that she started to tell the police what happened. We already know this to be the case, so why is everyone acting surprised at this video? There really is nothing revealing in this particular video. Now, as far as, I think his name is Bradley James, the other ear witness to Kelsey saying that she was the one who shot and Tory was trying to knock the gun off of her hands and it went off again. And as far as him saying that perhaps might hold some weight because it's new information and it's more directly connected to the actual events that happened. But as far as this Meg Bodycam video, I don't know what else it revealed that they did not already know. As far as the Bradley James statement, I do have a theory that kind of makes sense to me regarding what Bradley James said is true, and that's a big if what he said is true. I have a theory that makes sense to me as to why everybody have such different stories and everybody seems convinced by their own stories as far as what Meg is saying and then what Tory is saying and what this Bradley guy is now saying. But I'm going to play the clip and then I will say what I think is possibly what happened. Obviously, I wasn't there. Everything I say may be incorrect 100%, but it's just a theory. Okay, so this is a clip of Tory's legal team talking about the statement given by Bradley James.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
So as you could hear from that statement, Bradley James said that Kelsey had the gun, she fired a couple of times, and then Tory tried to take the gun away from her, and then it went off again for the last time. So here's my theory. I feel like it's possible that the reason why Meg is so certain that it was Tory who had the gun pointed it in her direction and fired could have been because, okay, this is just a theory, could have been because Kelsey had the gun, right, fired in Meg's direction when Meg was getting away, when Meg was not looking at them. And then Tory tried to knock the gun out of Kelsey's hand to keep her from firing at Meg. And the moment that Tory had the gun was when Meg turned around and looked at them and saw that Tory had the gun. And when it went off the last time, it makes sense that Meg would assume that Tory fired all of the other shots, including the last one, when she saw him with his hand close to the weapon. It just makes sense to me. Was she walking away? If she had her back turned, or if she wasn't looking at them, or she was trying to get away, she wasn't looking at them when Kelsey fired, how could she have seen who fired? And then who's to say that when Tory reached towards Kelsey to remove the gun from Kelsey's hand, Meg did not turn around and then see Tory reaching for the gun or seem to have the gun in his possession? And naturally, she would assume that he was the one who fired. I feel like that could be a possibility, you know? So, I don't know. All of this theory, because my theory would explain everyone's story. It will explain why Meg was so convinced that Tory had the gun when she saw him, you know, with the gun in her direction when it went off. And it also supports this Bradley James's story that Kelsey fired a couple of times, and then Tory tried to reach to remove the gun from Kelsey's hand, and then it went off again. It just makes sense, you know? But who knows? Who knows? At this point, I don't think we would ever really get to the bottom of this thing and find out what really happened. But Meg seems pretty convinced that she did see Tory with the gun, but that cannot be explained by the lack of DNA, of Tory's DNA on the gun. You know, his DNA would have been on the gun if he really did hold it. Now, if he was reaching towards it, or if he was trying to knock it out off of Kelsey's hand or something, it'll make sense that he did not actually touch it, but the action of struggling between him and Kelsey to get the gun knocked off may have caused the gun to go off without him touching it. So that kind of makes sense to me, but I don't know. But this story just keeps going on and on and on. It's torture. Like, whichever one of these people is innocent of everything they're accused of has got to be feeling so drained by all of this, because now it does not seem like this issue is going to end anytime soon. Now that there's a senator involved, there's all these celebrities starting to chime in, and they don't seem to be taking Meg's side. Yeah, it's not looking good, especially for Meg. It seems like a lot of people she's lost favor with a lot of people. And it's almost as if they're trying to blame her for what happened to Tory in prison, as if she had something to do with it. You know, people with their conspiracy theories, everybody has something to say. They're dragging Rock Nation into it. Well, not dragging. Rock Nation is part of it. But they're starting to mention them even more after what happened to Tory in prison. And they're also bringing Meg into that as if she had something to do with it. And all of this, whether it's true or not, at this point, it doesn't even matter. What matters is that every negative thing that people say about this is reflecting on Meg's reputation, and it's making her look worse, and that's not good for her career. Her career is suffering already as it is. This issue is not helping. So I think they need to figure out a way to resolve this issue, make the questions go away, answer some questions, put some of these confusing details to rest. I don't know how they're going to make this go away, but as long as it keeps going on, Meg's reputation will continue to take a hit. So there are some clips from the Bodycam and Ring camera at the end of this video if you guys are interested in seeing those. Here are the videos.
Walk back on the sidewalk.
Yeah, keep walking back on the sidewalk.
79, Roger, everybody, no one else in the package.
We're gonna help you.
Keep coming back to the sound of my voice.
Is that question you can walk? Get on your knees.
And Hollywood,
Okay, get on your
stand
knees.
by, heading there.
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay,
And I cannot have that on my image.
okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Hey, can you get a sheet for the...
But I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
think that's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself, getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Evidence of
Stay right here for me, bro. Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Just a quick question.
It's gonna be good.
Do you have any injuries on you?
No, I don't. You need an RN?
I will come for your friend.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger.
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand. And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. Passenger. They get out. They start fighting. Here, they start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent, and between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's
gets out?
So the shorter black guy.
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car. Okay.
The gun. And the girl shoots herself. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you?
Yes. I have an appointment at 3.
I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above.
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah,
No, they were on my side. The girl opened the door. It was 2 girls fighting, and then they shot.
Okay.
She got out of the car and crawled over.
It's another irregularity and a risk of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun.
This is getting denied every time they try to set a motion for a new trial. So they trying to pull the air like, okay, let's do this now. I'm not about to keep going with y'all. Y'all defending somebody who didn't even take the stand and defend themselves. Y'all going back and forth about facts. Y'all could go read. Like, y'all literally believe anything if it's bold and in all caps. Like, go read something that's going to take you a minute to sit down and have a good read. Like, go read something that's going to make you have to do some critical thinking. Not a thing that is curated by bots and blogs that hate me. Like, y'all need to sit down and have a good read. Like, imagine somebody saying that they did not commit a crime and not defending themselves to the T. Imagine y'all saying somebody is following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or are you not snitching? Because y'all trying to pretend like Kelsey didn't shoot me. And I really wonder why her main problem with me was, you won't tell people I didn't shoot you.
Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my next one.